Jags fans, what's up, guys? I know it's a rough night. That was a tough, watch for a lot of Jags fans or whatever. But I think there's a lot of reason to be encouraged. I told you guys to definitely temper your expectations this year. That you should really just be looking for development. And um, while I know this one hurts because it looked like we had this one well in hand. Um, I just think ultimately we lost to a better team at this point. Um, we started out the game running the ball. I'm so happy to see that they finally have some kind of renewed emphasis to running the ball. That tells me that Urban Meyer is learning from some of the mistakes. He's learning that in the NFL it can't be you can't be so pass happy, particularly when you don't have the protection or the weapons of like a Kansas City, so to speak. So keep that in mind. This was I saw a lot of positives. Um, the Dan Arnold trade. I actually said the Dan Arnold trade. Guys, we could have definitely used CJ Henderson today, but Dan Arnold flashed. He looks like he's going to be useful for us. I don't think we got ourselves a Pro Bowl tight end by any stretch of the imagination, but his size and the way he can move so fluidly looks like it'll be an asset going forward. Remember, I mean, he was just traded to us a few days ago, so he doesn't know the playbook and whatnot. So unfortunately, he wasn't as useful down the stretch, which I'm sure he would have been maybe on that third down that Trevor Lawrence couldn't respond to Joe Burrow. Which brings me back to Trevor Lawrence. I'm gonna just reiterate for those that haven't been following. I've always been kind of on the fence on Trevor Lawrence in that I think he's a very good quarterback. I just don't think he's the special life saving quarterback that a lot of people think he is. And I cited, his performances against Justin Fields and Joe Burrow, who he just played again tonight. And I think saw tonight some of the differences that I have been talking about. That at the end of the day, while Trevor Lawrence is very good, you gotta wonder. Joe Burrow just has that it. You see what I'm saying? And if you watched tonight, I think you saw it. Jaguars on the first half, we went up 14-0, running the ball, controlling the clock. I think it was a big mistake to not kick the field goal at the one. I'm not super mad about it, because I mean you are at the one. Two complaints. If you're gonna go for it at the one, why are we in shotgun running our quarterback? You should have definitely gave it to James Robinson. He was running strong, running hard, or definitely, just running Trevor Lawrence up the gut from shotgun on 4th and 1. Not a good play call. The other reason I didn't like it is because while it may not be popular, guys, and again, you got to consider the context of the scenario because I like to go for 4th and 1, but in that particular situation, let's say that was the first quarter, I don't mind going for it on 4th and 1 because you have the added effect of if you don't get it, the other team has to drive from the one. Now, in this particular scenario, it was towards the end of the half. So we weren't going to get the ball back. So we don't get the advantage of if we miss it, then we get the ball back in good field position and, things like that. So you have to think about the context of the situation. We had an opportunity to go up 3 possessions, and you have to think of it in possessions. So if you're up 3 possessions, what ultimately happened? They required an extra 3 possessions to score, right? We countered one of them, but they ended up with the walk-off field goal. Now think about how useful that field goal would have been in the end. So just some food for thought. I'm again not super mad that they went for it on 4th and 1. I just think that in that situation, if you send Cincinnati at home to the locker room 3 possessions down, I think you're looking at a much different ball game. It might have got tighter in the end, but I think you set yourself up for, at worst, a scenario where we probably have the ball last. And that's something that maybe Urban Meyer is going to learn from. Maybe he does it again. But if you're going to do it, you got to call a better play than that. So there's, that. All right. So second half, I mean, we played well in the first half, played pretty strong defense in the first half, held them scoreless. We were aggressive. I thought that Shaquille Griffin locked up Jamar Chase pretty well. I actually think it was a very good matchup, and I would have definitely left Shaquille Griffin following Jamar Chase all game, because in the second half, we put Tyson Campbell on him, and you saw the long bomb that Jamar Chase caught on Tyson Campbell. At the end of the day, while I'm very high on Tyson Campbell, he's still a rookie, he's still raw. He has a lot to learn, and it ended up costing us in the end because they went right down the field in like 3 plays, scored the first touchdown. Now it's 14-7. Shaquille Griffin, his skill set, his weakness are quick, twitchy guys. Jamar Chase is a strong, get up the field, catch on you, Des Bryant type of wide receiver. That type of skill set is exactly what Shaquille Griffin is good at corner. So I think that not having him follow him around cost us in the beginning of the second half. Again, Urban Meyer first year, or maybe that's Joe Cullen's call, but as soon as they saw it, they clearly went to work. And again, bringing me back to the difference between the difference between Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. Joe Burrow was down 14-0, guys, and went boom, touchdown, 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 walk-off field goal. I don't think they punted. Did they punt? I don't think they punted in the second half at all. And here's where I was impressed, because, again, I know it seems like I'm always bashing on Trevor Lawrence, is Trevor Lawrence responded. So it went touchdown. They went 3 and out, right? Touchdown. Now, Trevor Lawrence, it's on you. It's tied game. You have to respond. And he drove us right down the field. Boom, boom, boom. Touchdown. Now we're back. In the game, right? Or in control of the game. But Joe Burrow kept putting the pressure on Trevor Lawrence. And at the end of the day, Trevor Lawrence, like it was who was going to blink first, and it wasn't Burrow. Trevor Lawrence ended up at the end of the game not being able to convert a third down. We ended up having a punt, which led to the Joe Burrow leading the team down the field, and he was aided by some penalties, which having C.J. Henderson might have helped in this situation. C.J. Uzama, Joe Schobert might have helped with that coverage. Clearly, we went with linebackers that there was an emphasis on stopping the run, which I thought they did well in the first half. But Cincinnati came out, said, hey, Joe Mixon, take us there. And with Joe Burrow making some timely passes and making some plays, they went ahead and won the game, guys. So, again, positives. Trevor Lawrence, no turnovers. I even saw a play where he was scrambling, and you can kind of tell that he wanted to force the ball, but he just threw it out of bounds. You can kind of see his brain working. He's learning, which is great. That's great news, because I said his biggest weakness seems to be trying to force balls while on the move, and that's when he gets in trouble, because accuracy really comes and goes when he's on the move. So that was smart to throw the ball away. He threw the ball away a few times. They're learning. We are learning. Guys, it's not all bad. We've been in control at some point of all 3 of these games, or had an opportunity to win the last 3 games. So keep that in mind. Going forward, I think we have something that we can build on. I'm not big on moral victories, but in this particular situation, we're a team trying to grow. So you have to kind of take the positive, with the negative as well. There was a lot of positives. I know this one was tough, guys, but keep your heads up. And that's really all I got ultimately tonight. I just wanted to go ahead and give my thoughts, because I know some of us are really hanging our head And just know, hey, I'm with y'all. It hurt me. I was really hoping that they were gonna be able to pull this out. They didn't. And we also ended up losing DJ Chark, which was another big blow. And it definitely killed me because I have him on 2 fantasy teams, and it was already a rough start. So I'm, man, it's a rough one, guys. But holla at me in the comments. Remember, like and subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Peace.